Hello and welcome to the channel. As you can see, we are faking actual green screen here. Fake green screen with the 3080s and 90s and 3070s, as well as the 2070s, 60s, or whatever you can use NVIDIA's broadcast, and it's just a software base. So I have the game running. In case you're curious, this is Burnout Revenge running in the background. But don't get distracted because we have a lot to cover in this video. We're going to be talking about the 2022 Toyota the Toyota FRS, I guess it's what it's called now. And then as well as the BRZ, we're going to be covering both of those cars. We're going to be looking the insides and out and what we like and what we don't like. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final version of the vehicles, but who knows? You know, they do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, don't get distracted because I'm actually going to turn that off right now because we got stories to cover. All right. All right. So first in line here, we have the 2022 Subaru BRZ. Looks very sexy, by the way. And I want to say that Subaru of Japan is actually starting taking pre-orders for this one. And of course, when it comes to sick looking cars, they tend to just keep it for their market only, which kind of sucks. Especially like the BRZ STI. I don't know. I don't know why I almost say the FRS or whatever. But this is the sportier version of it. As you can see, this thing is aggressive as hell. And I bet you this will not be coming to the States because they tend to be greedy with their shit. Even though people are willing to pay top dollar for this stuff. And this is and then this stuff right here, these are all just add-ons. So you can add these onto your car. Just kidding, man. This should be standard. This is definitely not standard. I think those wheels are probably going to cost a premium if they don't come with the car, the STI version of the vehicle. And I guarantee you $1 to a donut that the BRZ STI will not be coming to the States. And if it is, it's rare, man. I'm telling you. Or it's going to go out pretty fast. So this is the BRZ right now, as you guys can see. So I'm actually going to play this video. So let me grab my earphones here. I have not seen this, so we're going to react together. Unless you've seen it already, then you're just here to support me. So let's go ahead and mute that ad. So yeah, so these are the specs: 2.4 liter engine with 228 horsepower for the US model, which is actually slightly lower than the JDM spec BRZ, rated at 232 horsepower. And so this is the JDM version, I'm assuming. And yeah, so you could expect to see, but damn, that's a sharp looking car. Let's unmute it. Oh. Wow, that was really loud for me. Apologies for the burp. I try to be as authentic as I can. Honestly, like I like the stylings, but I'm not really a fan of a fake fence. We had plenty of those with the Hondas. They should have just put a light there or something. Or is that going to be like an addition that you have to pay for as well? Because this version of it with the lights right here, I'm sure aftermarket is going to capitalize on that. There's going to be some people that are going to be making the lights for these vehicles for people to sell. Obviously, there's always a market when the manufacturer decides to shortchange on certain stuff or certain aspects, or manufacturer might sell these separate. You know, who knows? Anyway, back to the video. I actually want to see. The rims look sick. I like those headlights. It's got the LEDs on the side right here for your daytime running lights, or it could be your signals. Hey, not a lot of fake vents. That's plus. It's a plus plus plus. Oh, it's got the Michelin Super Sport, the Pilot Sport, Super Sports or whatever. Those are some nice tires. Very expensive. I dig it. I can dig it. I really do like it, man. They're nice, but to me, they're just a little bit overpriced. Roughly, I think it's what 27,000. So you're looking at what 30,000 with everything, or probably like 32,000, and depending on what kind of options you get. Oh yeah, like there it is. There it is. The manual gear shifter. It looks amazing. And the most positive thing that's in this car, besides the looks and the way that it sits, the rims, pretty much everything looks pretty damn good. And I love the black with the red stitching right here, and you got the red stitching right there, and you got red stitching everywhere. Red stitching is always good. Well, depending on how it's done, you know, if it's subtle, then it just makes the car look so much cleaner. But another thing that I really wanted to point out is they still have like an actual e-brake lever or lever, whatever, wherever you're from, whatever it's called, they still have that in the car. And for me, that's one of the things that I'm so disappointed with Honda, that they got rid of the actual e-brake and just put a stupid button there, which is pretty useless. I hate those electronic e-brakes because when you pull it, it just goes like it's like it just goes like instant, like you're like it's like you're pulling the lever all the way up, or lever, whatever, you know. It's like you're pulling it all the way up when you just toggle that freaking button, comparing to like when you have the lever, you can go different. There's different aspects that you can go. You can go a little bit on the e-brake, or you can go full on where you pull the e-brake all the way up, but you have different levels that you can pull the e-brake, comparing to having the electronic one. Because when you pull that stupid little tiny button, when you pull it, it just goes ham. Like it's like you pulled it all the way back, and it's not a very pleasant thing to do, because I've done it a couple times just to test it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the electronic e-brakes at all, because it's just, I know that what they're trying to do, they want functions or whatever, so they want to reduce the amount of space that's being taken over here by the console areas. That's what I'm assuming that they're trying to do, but I'm still not a fan. I'm so curious to what all these buttons here are for. It might be different modes that the car will be coming with, but hey, this is just speculations. And also another positive side here, I'm not sure about Subarus, you know, I'm not sure about like the last generations, if they kept the physical buttons for your volume knob and all that other stuff, but on Honda side, they got rid of all that stuff, but people complain like hell, and then they brought it back for the 2021, I believe, and so on and so forth. They still keeping it even with their new models, so I'm assuming 2022 models on the Civic side or whatever Honda that you buy, it's gonna have an actual volume knob, because the software one is just not as good as the, you know. Yeah, moving on. That's a big old that's a big break. Look at me, like the video is not really gonna change. I'm all trying to look around it like an idiot. I'm all like, come on, dude. Put the camera all the way there. I'm all like this. Oh God, I'm special.
Very,
Yes, yes,
very,
yes,
very.
yes.
Because
Forget that. I'm working over here. Anyway, we'll skip all that. I will leave a link to this whole article so you can go there and check out the whole video if you like. Um, I would love to see, or I would love to hear it with the aftermarket exhaust and how it would sound like. But which one is this one? Dang, okay. I like it. They're nice looking roadsters. All right, let's switch it up. Let's go look at the Toyota, the 86. So here it is. Now, the looks of it, it looks very similar. Like, and the reason why it looks very similar is because Toyota is actually designing. I'm sorry, Toyota is not designing any. Well, okay, I'm lying. Toyota designed part of the vehicle, but not the whole thing. The engine, transmission, and all that, that is Subaru. And I think just the styling of it, I think Toyota designed it. I feel like they just did the opposite here. Actually, you know what? This looks very similar to that, except this is so much bigger. Ugh, not a fan of the Toyota one, to be honest. Just by looking at it. Mm, mm, mm. I take the BRZ over the Toyota one, to be honest. What are your thoughts? Would you take the Toyota 86 GR versus the BRZ? I think, yeah, it's too busy. Too busy in the rear. I don't think so. I don't think so, Toyota. I don't think so. I think I'll take that BRZ over this. But they both have the same motor, and I'm assuming they're both gonna have the same amount of power and torque as well. And the interior, same thing. Okay, so this one looks like on this version, it looks like the brake pedal isn't as big. For some reason, the brake pedal on the other one that we saw on that video, it looks like it's much longer, which was kind of weird. But I'm assuming it's going to be the same, length, obviously, because those cars are getting designed literally hand in hand. Even the interior, as you can see, the interior looks pretty much identical to the BRZ, besides the red stitching. So that's the only thing that it's missing here is that red stitching. But all the buttons over here, those are pretty much the same. The same over here as well. The same AC vents. Um, yeah, I think even the same seats. But this whole area right here looks very similar to the BRZ. But hold on, let me rewind this video real quick. Like, see? So even the console, it's all just the same. It's very, very the same. Like interior, the only thing that's different, the difference is it's very minimal. I want to say it's the design language of the vehicle on the exterior, as well as the back of the FRS looks completely different than the BRZ. But everything else is very, very similar. Now, see, this one looks kind of similar to the BRZ with the red stitching and the black. I love those accents. Yes, see, same seats, same um, stick shift, and this is, I'm sure this is the Japanese version. It's got a bigger display here. Anyway, and it's got red right here. I think that's a little much right here. That's a little much. They should have just kept that black with the red stitching right here on the side. That would have been fine. But hey, that's my cup of tea. You might be different. Okay, so we do see what some of these buttons are. Let's see. You got auto, on and off, and then you have your mode. I think this must be the traction control. I'm guessing, by the way. And then these are your uh, defroster, I think. I'm guessing. And then you have your temperature, AC, and all that other stuff. Start buttons right there. I don't know what this button is for. Might be the AC, maybe? But yeah, 6-speed manual transmission, awesome. Oh, I lied. That was not the traction button. I don't know what this button is for. Maybe it's the AC. I don't know because it's lit. Maybe. Okay, and then right here you have your traction control, and then traction control off. No, hold on. This traction control and also track. If you're in a track, I'm assuming you push that button right there. There's no usage here, but let's see. I think there's some usage here in the middle button here for the BRZ. I could be wrong. And then you have your height adjustment for your seats. I wonder if it has what is it called, like heat warmers on the seats or something. I think it does have it. Maybe. I think it is. Yeah, that's the heat. It's not the adjustment. I lied. And here's a different interior look. Like I said, I think this one is just the base model. And then, like I said, they will have different tiers as well. But so far so good, man. These cars look freaking. They look good, interior wise. But exterior wise, if I had to choose, I would definitely take the BRZ over the FRS. But as you can see here, even the headlights are pretty much, the same. Probably rims are probably going to be the same, except this one is colored black instead of that, what is it called? What color is that? Metallic or something like that? I don't know. Gunmetal. Yes. Gunmetal. I do know my rims somewhat. Yeah, so we got the gunmetal, and then you have the black for the FRS. But I would take those black rims and I would put them on the blue BRZ. I think they would look super dope. But hey, personal preference. We are allowed to have it. And also, as well as the modding community is pretty much huge on these vehicles. You can do so many things on the cars. You can even put a turbocharge in it if you want to for the models that's out now. So I expect the same thing is going to happen with these ones. But I dig it. I really, really do dig it. But if I can get a GR Yaris, that's going to be a game changer. That thing just fly. All-wheel drive, small. Yes. Anyway, I hope you had your popcorn because this was a long-ass video, and I really hope you enjoy it because I enjoyed making it. I pretty much just kind of like consolidated 2 videos in one instead of having 2 separate videos, which kind of would have benefited me if I did it that way, but it is what it is. This is me coming at you, and I hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, give it a like, subscribe if you're lurking. I always appreciate you guys watching the videos and commenting as well, and I try to respond to as many comments as I can. But hey, I get busy too, man. I got a life besides YouTube. Anyway, have a good one.